Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In part 1 of this tutorial, I showed you how to cut this Kaftan Bubu dress with pleated waist, but in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to sew up the whole dress, including how to sew the pleated waist. So if you missed part 1 of this tutorial, kindly tap the link above your screen to check out the step-by-step cutting process on how to cut the Kaftan Bubu dress. And like I mentioned in my last tutorial, this is the perfect dress you can wear for the Eid celebrations. You just need to use a beautiful and eye-catching fabric and you'll be ready to turn heads. So guys, this is where we stopped in my last tutorial. We stopped at cutting the fabric. I did everything we had to do on the paper, so and I explained it on the paper. If you missed that, please tap the link right above your screen to check it out. So we went straight ahead to now. I went straight ahead to cut the actual fabric, and I explained in my last tutorial that everything I've done on that paper, you should do it on your actual fabric because there is really no pattern for this Kaftan Bubu dress. So I just did it on the paper just so that it's easy for you to see what I'm explaining. So yeah, I also went ahead to cut the facing for the neckline. So I have a V neckline in front and a round neckline at the back. So let me just open this up. So a V neckline in front and a round neckline at the back. So I'm just going to place my facing. Let me just take the pins out. So guys, the first thing we are doing is to attach the facing to the neckline. So I already took out the facings. So this is the part that would go, this is the part that will go to the front of my dress, and this part will go to the back of my dress. So for me to get an accurate position, just so that everything aligns, the neckline aligns very well, so just locate the center of your neckline. So the center of my neckline, I'm just going to use my pencil to just mark the center a bit, just so that I can align this to it. So let me turn this. We have to sew it right sides together. This is the wrong side of my dress, so I'm going to open this up. So this is it opened up. I'm now going to pick my facing. I'll place it right sides together. So this is the center of my V neckline. This is the center of my V neckline here. So you make sure they both align. You can even pin it down. Then when you make sure everything aligns, then you can now sew. So I'll just sew a 1/4 inch round. So when I sew a 1/4 inch round, I'll just use my scissors to notch it all the way around, just so that it lays flat, and then I'll turn it inside and iron it. So I'll probably use a hemming glue to just iron this bit into the wrong side of my dress so that it stays in place. So I'll just do all of that now, and then you can just watch me do that. So guys, here it is complete. I've sewn it top stitched and also glued it down with my hemming glue. So this is what I used to glue everything down. Now I'm just going to go to the hem of my dress. So I'll just go to the hem of my dress, and then I'll just fold 1 inch just to keep everything like neat, and then I'll go to the other side and do the same. So when I'm done, we can now move on to sewing the pleats. So yeah. So yeah, I'm done finishing up the hem of the dress. Now let's move straight to the pleat. I have my markings for the pleat. We already did that in the last tutorial. Look at the markings here, but it's on the wrong side, so I had to remark it on the right side with my, I'm not using pencil this time because pencil marks will not clear up, so I used my chalk to just chalk everything on the right side. So before I do that on the fabric, let me just show you how to do it. So I already did this one. I don't know if I should take out the pleats, or let me just do this. Let me just show you how to do it here. So let me label it. This is pleats 1, pleat 2, pleat 3. So the pleats are facing this way. So I'll start with pleats 1. I'll pick pleats 1 this way. So, and then I'll make sure it touches this point here. You can see it here too. Pleats 1 is touching this mark here, this spacing that we have here, that we marked. So this is pleats 1 done. So you make sure whatever you are pleating, you know, when we are pleating it, this is how you place it on your sewing machine, and then you just sew down here from your underbust to your waist. So you just make sure whatever you are pleating doesn't exceed this line that we marked, the first line that we marked here. So let's move to pleat 2. This is my pleat 2 mark here. This is the spacing that we have between pleat 2 and pleat 1. So I'll pick up my pleat 2 again, and then I'll make sure the pleats and pleating doesn't exceed this line, so it just touches here. You can see this is it. Remember, when you want to sew, you place it this way, and then you just sew where you've pinned. So yeah, that's pleat 2 for you. Now pleat 3, this is pleat 3. So you make sure pleat 3 also doesn't exceed this spacing that we have here, this mark that we have here. So, and that's pleat 3, so doesn't mark past there. So I'll just pin that down too. And this is it done. So yeah, this is this one, this is this one. Remember, when you're sewing, we are not sewing like this, like sewing the pleats down like this. We are sewing it, the pleats, individually. So you place it on your sewing machine, and then you sew this one. Then when you are done, you place this on your sewing machine, and then you sew the next one. And then when you are done, you place this also on your sewing machine, and then you sew the next one. So I hope you got the drift. So I'm just going to do that now on my fabric, and then we'll do it for both the front. So you do it for this, and then you turn to the back also, and then you do for the back. Just ignore this one, I've put the two papers together. So naturally you do for the front, and then you do for the back. So yeah. And now we are done with the pleats, guys. So this is what my front looks like, and of course I also pleated the back. So yeah, these are my pleats all done. Let me show you the wrong side, what the pleats looks like on the wrong side. So this is what the pleats look like on the wrong side. So if you choose, you can decide to have this way, the way the pleats are here on the wrong side. Maybe you prefer this design on the front rather than the wrong side. So you can just, that means you're going to sew the pleats on the wrong side when you're sewing. You know, when I was sewing, I was sewing the pleats on the right side. So when you're sewing, if you want it to look like this here in front, that means you'll be sewing the pleats on the wrong side. So I hope you got the drift. So all I'm saying is that if you want this close, this is the wrong side of my dress, right? So if you want this close up to look in the front, that is at the right side of the dress, that means when you are sewing your pleats, instead of sewing the pleats on the right side like I did, you sew it on the wrong side. So it's just like reversing and changing it. So I hope you got it. So now we just need to sew the sides now. So I'll place this right sides together. So this is it, right sides together. So I'm going to start the side seam from here. See, this is our under bust line. This is where our pleat starts from. So you sew your side from there. So you sew it from the under bust. So I'll just measure 1 inch and then I'll just sew that 1 inch all the way to the ground, and then you do the same also for this other side too. So, and that will be it. So I'll just sew my sides now, and then I'll just show you what the final thing looks like. So yeah, this completes it. So I'm just going to turn this to the right side now, just so that you can see what it looks like. So this is the right side. So completes it. So look at the opening here. You can just decide to just the rough edges here, you can decide to just stitch it in, or just use your hemming glue. So you can use your hemming glue to just tape it down, or however you want basically. So you can decide to stitch it, just fold it in and stitch it just to keep the rough edges in, or just hem it in. So, and guys, this is the closed up pleat design I was talking about earlier. So when I was like making a mini version for myself, I decided to reverse it and have like this close-up design at the right side of my own dress, instead of on the wrong side like the other one. So whichever one you please, whichever one you like basically, so you can do. So yeah.